Everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm doing a video today about something that I've been talking about for quite a long time, but really it starts way back before our current crisis. So, for fans of death metal, there is a new Hypocrisy album coming out. I believe it's called Worship, and their first single was called Chemical Whore, and they have this very graphic video. It's pretty kick-ass, actually. I was very pleasantly surprised to hear some new Hypocrisy, because I've always quite liked that band. And this video and the lyrics of the song have a very pointed target, and that is Big Pharma. And essentially it talks about, you know, how Big Pharma is trying to get people enslaved to whatever, and I'm not going to say, you know, to various drugs and to various other things, you know, possibly. I don't know if they wrote this song before the current crisis. It's a little hard to say. Kind of compare it to John Sykes' song in January of this year, which we haven't heard anything else about that new album. God damn it. So this, and there's a release date for the Hypocrisy, thank God. But, you know, this is kind of something that I've seen the last couple of years. So, you know, I have a lot of liberal friends. Well, I consider myself still on the left to a certain extent, but I've noticed that there's been a shift, and it's culminated in the current crisis. There is this acceptance / reverence for big pharma, big pharmaceutical corporations on the left. And in this current crisis, it reminds me of the Republicans after 9/11, how they loved all the, you know, didn't say defense contractors, but they essentially, you know, were giving carte blanche to the military industrial complex, and we need to go to war here and there and fight the terrorists. And it's kind of like that blind spot that you have in these polarized camps. This whole thing with Big Pharma, though, did not start with this current crisis. You know, as far as Big Pharma and, you know, the anti-GMO movement, you know, with regards to all that, I saw liberals apologizing for Monsanto years ago, like, oh, there's no evidence of GMOs causing anything. And, you know, that maybe there isn't, right? But the companies that are doing the GMO stuff, like Monsanto, look at the Roundup thing. It's like, oh, I guess worshiping Monsanto wasn't a good idea, huh? You know? And I see that with Big Pharma. It's just like, I'm going to put a link probably in the description, because I was watching this Tarl Warwick video today about the, I forgot what the band was called. It's some fucking hipster band. They played England, and they actually were cheering pharmaceutical companies on in their, it's like, how many had the Pfizer? We have clean hands. I just wanted to slap them with a giant fucking waffle iron that's been heated to 1,000 degrees in the face, because these people were just terrible. I mean, obviously they have the mandate to get into their concert, but we have clean hands. We're clean people. We're sophisticated people because we had the shot, but we worship the companies that did it. Basically, that's how it goes. And really, at the end of the day, this is just a very problematic position to have. And I think people should have the thing, right? If they think that they're at risk, and if they think it's worth the risk, I think it's a decent alternative to what we've been going through, possibly. But at the same time, if you have this precedent set where you're name dropping pharmaceutical companies to be like some kind of, like, you're a rock star, how, you know, and this is Tarl Warwick's whole point in his video, is like, how anti-establishment is it to name check corporations in like a concert chant? It's like, or concert banter. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. And I just was like, as if our clown world can't get any crazier. You know, it that kind of thing, and I don't know what the point of it is. It's like, what if 20 years ago we went to a Daryl Worley concert, for example, and he's like, how many love Raytheon? How many love Halliburton? Yay! It's like the same kind of thing. It's like you're cheering on corporations that are part of this whole nexus of what's going on, and whether or not you believe in problem, reaction, solution, Wu-Tang Han Solo lab leak hypothesis, which every day there's little bits of evidence coming out. I see like the Telegraph and the Intercept and even Washington Post and all these people saying, oh, this was linked to this. Oh, this happened. This thing was tested at the lab, blah, blah, blah. And of course I'm using code words because I don't want to get YouTube up my ass or down my throat. It sounds like kind of sexual, doesn't it? Or in my pee-pee hole, So yeah, it's pretty stupid. And that's the way it goes, though. We have to, let's cheer on corporations as long as it's pharmaceutical companies. No, oh, Amazon's evil, but Pfizer's awesome. Oh my God, they're such great people, It's like, it's just disgusting. And I'm not saying that there's all nefarious intent amongst these people that create these things, but like anything, they have a product that they're selling. They're selling a product. They want people to take their product. They want people to continue taking their product. And this is something that goes to like the millennials. So my dating, I'm kind of on the borderline of millennial and Generation X, but I date a lot of millennials, right? And every time I talk to them, oh, I'm on this drug, it's like, okay, so you haven't tried to solve your problems. And I'm not saying that there's not chemical imbalances or anything like that, but you're not trying to solve your problems any other way. Oh, I haven't been to a shrink in 2 years. It's like, oh, I've never, I don't want to do that. I'll just take this drug to numb me, It's this big pharma like worship amongst people, It's like, how many SSRIs are you on, or antipsychotics or whatever? Instead of solving your problem that you have in the first place, you go to a pharmaceutical drug. And I'm guilty of that too, because I have acid reflux, so I take this. It's getting better because I'm losing weight, but like, it's like, oh, I take this medication all the time to get rid of it. Oh, well, I don't attack the problem itself, So it's just stupid. And I think the liberals, the left, because you look at the Democratic, who funds the campaigns, big pharma is a big on the list, And it's their military-industrial complex. The virus is their 9/11, and the military-industrial complex is big pharma. And obviously, I think 9/11 happened, right? I don't think there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and I think the Iraq War, and to a great extent the Afghanistan War, were wrong. But at the same time, who caused all that in the first place? And I think we have to ask these questions about these other things too, because, obviously there's more coming out. It's so parallel to that. It said, instead of the Democrats and the actual left kind of, because what happened was after 9/11, the Democrats went along with the Patriot Act and all that stuff. And then they slowly shifted out of that, whole trap. And as the left gained momentum, the actual left gained momentum and kind of pressured them, they started to say rhetoric against the Iraq War and called for more investigations into 9/11 and stuff. Like Bob Kerrey was one of the people that spearheaded that. Not John Kerry, by the way. Bob Kerrey, a different spelling too. Would have been a better president than John Kerry would have been. So yeah, he had these investigations and like these things, and it's just like there's so many parallels to 9/11 with this current crisis, and there always have been. But I happen to find myself like on the wrong side, the wrong think of the whole thing, because I question everything that comes out, because there's no way to keep it straight or keep the hypocrisy in check or the lies. So who do you trust? I don't know. But yeah, liberals are worshiping big pharma. They're acting like it's, they're all these saints in the medical garb that I am just saving the people. well, making $1 billion, yeah, making $1 trillion or whatever, you know, I'm not saying trillion, but you know, it's like, yeah, great. Well, when's that going to dry up, you know? And who do you trust? Oh, are the FDA a bunch of Republicans because they didn't vote for the boost? They said, oh no, you know, and people resigned because of it. People resigned. They fucking resigned because of the boost thing, you know, the Wi-Fi booster, I'll call it. They said there's not enough evidence that we need this right now, blah, blah, blah. I mean, there's a lot of people that haven't had the shot, blah, 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 blah. No. People resigned. Oh, they're all a bunch of Trump supporters that probably resigned. They're so anti. There's this guy on Twitter, this infamous blue check mark guy. He's like, I don't know his name, but when Trump was president, he's like, I'm not taking that thing. And now he's like, give me a booster every day, man. I'll do it. How stupid can you be? How partisan and dumb can you be? How much of a hack can you be? Some food for thought. That's about all.